Greetings! Well, firstly, I'm really sorry about yesterday. We were as gutted as you were, and we were genuinely in here for hours, and it nearly worked. It was like, it just wouldn't work, no matter what we did, morning arching. And then it just oh, see, look.
Sorry, I was fixing something.
He was fixing something. It went mental. There was an update on OBS and an update on Streamlabs, and something got conflicted. You see my chat though in the full screen. We're definitely, see, he's on it. Right? And it just crashed everything to the point the computer was making noises while it was unplugged. Yeah. Pretty, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like it had a gremlin. And then when we cancelled, we got it all back like 20 minutes later. And by that point, it was 8 o'clock and it was too late. We'd already cancelled. We're so sorry. It was a nightmare. And I just think it was one of those things, no matter what we tried. So, and Al honestly was working yesterday. He's had a big week, had a big interview, everyone. Massive interview. We shall know for next week's show exactly what we're doing. Yeah, I'm really gutted. And you know, Lee streams tonight, right? So all I wanted to do really was come on, do a little thing. I've got this thing I'm going to show you that's going to mess with your heads when you see what's coming next month. Because we got the start of this big project. We are going to do some Blood Bowl contrast painting. I've been working out in London. I'll answer that in a sec. I've been working out kind of some colour schemes for the team. I think I know where I'm going. I did a test and I'm going to do a different one now. And this will just be kind of like a tester for what me and Al are going to do next week. Which is, like we said, with the 2 cameras, and Al's going to paint alongside and see how he does. So, I don't know which way to do this. What should I show you first? I'll show you those in a minute. I've got to show you something, right? So we got this project and I've received this thing. And this is going to be a project which is going to span a few months. There's going to be no rush. Evening Rattler, evening Archning, evening Mr. Fairbrother, evening Ulfric, evening anyone else I haven't said hello to. Hi baby, she's in the kitchen. I've got this big project and this is going to be, you know, like one of those things that you only do because you want to do it. This is not about, I'm not going to cut no corners with this, and I don't actually care how long it takes. If it takes 6 months, it takes 12 months. I'd like to get it done in 6 months. But I want to do a lot of stuff I have no experience with. I want to do electrics with it so you can get an idea where we're going, right? This is not a little project. I'm going to show you it and you're going to see how big it is. And the reason why I'm not sure what camera to go to is it is big. And it's not complete, right? So you're going to see now, what you're about to see now is, as far as I know, the only one of these in existence in the world. And it's been custom made, and we've got some other stuff that's happening to it, and I'm working in conjunction with Cog or 2, right? This is going to be a joint project with Cog. Okay, so there's only blue tack. Look what I have, people. Right, this is, I'm gonna have to move back, aren't I? Right, look what I have. Right, this is not just like the pop Yoda. This is almost like an actual believable sculpt of a genuine maquette they would have used in Star Wars, right? So this is our base print. And when it was printed, there's some imperfections, as you can see, that have been pointed out by John. But I said send it on because I want to do some stuff to it. So first idea, probably best if I stay like this, right? I said to him, John, I need the Mandalorian's rifle. Look what I've got. And it's crazy good, right? And none of it's been cleaned, but it's crazy good. So this is the idea. This is hard. Oh, so you're like in my head now, right? So, and I've been spending, and B will tell you, she's caught me when she come downstairs, and I've just been staring at it, like deciding what I want to do. It's going to be something like... So we're going to get him walking with a gun in his hand, right? So he's going to have like the rifle. I'm going to cut this hand off. I'm going to completely resculpt this hand to be holding that gun properly. Then I'm going to have the strap of the rifle hung under the gun. Then on this side, the artist's 100 miles stare. Then on this side, we are going to get the Mandalorian's pistol and a holster. And he is either going to have Baby Yoda's, or not Baby Yoda, Yoda's lightsaber hanging. It's really hard to show you and look at the camera. Hanging on his belt here. Or I'm going to resculpt this hand and I'm going to put it ignited in his hand. Lit. If I don't light it, there's going to be other electrics. I'm going to super detail the gauntlets and we're going to get all lights, blinking lights in here and in here. I'm thinking about thermal detonators on this side, like the proper little Mandalorian, you know, with the blinky light like in Return of the Jedi. And then I'm also thinking about cutting the whole face out and then replacing it with a red perspex and lighting with a flicker inside the head, as well as the base that's going to be built for it, and it's going to have a custom made acrylic plate. This is going to be like a proper show display piece. Paint job wise, I'm looking at doing a Beskar first, right? And then I'm going to graffiti over the top of it. And I'm going to paint it like Sabine had... Who is it? Me or the Babylorian? I'm going to paint it like Sabine has personally worked on his armour. It is going to be, hopefully, the only one in the world. I know it'll be the only one in the world. And these are going to be part of a whole month of stuff. I'm also going to have these pop scale to give away, right? These are really rare and he's done us a really big favour, so we should spread the word because next month's a big one. Probably going to be painting one of the small ones a little different and giving it away maybe. But this is going to be a big project, a proper project with super detailing. There's so much work to do. Let's go split a second, Al, so I can show him a few things. So who said about the mug? You can see how big it is, right? Come on, look, right? There's your standard 28mm figure. It's not even his hand. Okay, this is how big this is. Mudhorn sigil, absolutely. Things like that. You know, Bobber's got like the tasseling, like the braiding. I'm thinking of stuff like that. I'm going to look at a lot of different source material to get a few ideas. But I'll show you what I mean. So when we're working with 3D print, it all comes apart, right? It's all in these massive hollow pieces. Look, and the arms come off and all the waist and the legs. So I'm going to be building it in parts. I'm also thinking about magnetising it so that it can be taken apart and displayed. But when you're 3D printing, and the print on this is great, but there's still imperfections, and I'm going to go in and you have to go through a whole process of sanding and priming, filling, and then I'm going to super detail. Because this is someone's piece of art, someone 3D sculpted this. I want to make this a little bit more mine. Yeah, with all of it, but it's really great, right? He's so cool, and his little legs. You can see some of the detail, and some places you can see how much work, right? There's going to be a lot of resculpting, a lot of super detailing done, but what a great little piece. Look at his feet. And let me show you his chest just while we got this camera. I was going to hang the gun on the back, but then I was like, I'm just going to hide the gun. I want the gun as part of the piece, and it will add some movement to the piece as well. So yeah, this is the start of next month. What a crazy. And we won't do it all month, right? I'll jump, and it, like I said, it's probably going to be a 4 or 5 month project. So I'll jump in and out over the next few months, but we'll definitely be doing something with that and something with the smaller ones next month. So tune in, please. It's going to be in conjunction with Cogger 2, and I'll show you what we got last month to give away. This was last month's art prize, just for all you donators, and I'll show you the finished. This is going to Texas. In fact, Laurie's coming to collect it because she's coming to England. So that's why I've still got this. And this is this month's donator prize, based up and beautiful. Look at him. Look at him, Alex.
I know, he's adorable.
Why do I give away these things, Alex?
Have you told Scarlett you're giving it away?
Yeah, Scarlett saw it and was like, "Oh my god, I'm totally in love. This is the cutest thing." So there is Captain Baby Captain Yoda.
Captain Baby Captain Yoda.
Captain Baby Captain. How big are the hands? I might have a Yoda lightsaber handle that fits if they're big enough. Archnin is thank you for the offer, but Cogs, like John's, I'm working in conjunct, like alongside John, and he's already going to be printing me. He's already got the gun done. I'll chuck a few ideas at him. Cog2 are like a company that those of you that play X-Wing know supply acrylic templates and things like that for more than just the X-Wing game. But John has a massive background in like film special effects and prop making and loads of other stuff all around that field, right? He's just an incredibly talented guy, and he's started doing some stuff, all sorts of stuff now. And like, if you have a look through the Cog thing, I'm sure you'll find a link to his son's page where they're doing like these, like cosplay. Did you see it on Facebook? I can't think of the name of it. I'm sure some of you have seen the post about his helmets. It's for a, I don't know, superhero thing or something, but very, very cool. So yes, so yeah, I hope you're excited about that. That's what we're going to be doing. But that's this month's, and we're just doing a little stream today. I just wanted to come on just to let you know we're still here and we haven't forgotten about you, because we're only doing one a month, one a week this month. And after yesterday's catastrophe, I thought, well, I better come on and say hello to you all. So this is what we're doing, right? Blood Bowl Black Orc team. And this was kind of one I played with yesterday. I've never used contrast. And this isn't the finished colour scheme. I'm going to change the colour of the trousers in the next one. But I want to work through how these contrasts work with you, right? First time. And I know it might be a bit dull, and I know some of you might have done this, but I haven't, and I'm really quite liking it. Because what we want to do is we want to achieve something with this project that, apart from these two I'm going to do, we've got then another 5 Black Orcs and 5 Goblins, and Al's going to paint like, I don't know, maybe paint 2 and I'll paint 3. Or he'll paint 3 and I'll paint 2. So, thank you, Archnin. And this is a project that's meant to use the basicest of techniques using these contrast paints, and then hopefully show you how to make them sparkle a little bit without going mad. Little bits of edge highlighting, little bits of freehand detail, bits picked out, because kind of if you look at this, you can kind of get most areas defined just using highlight straps, buckles and bits, and a lot of it's done. Alex is like, wow, that's great. And if I was to now go in with a brush with a few choice colours and highlight it and put a couple of glyphs and maybe write a number on it, it'd look great. Yeah. For the time I've spent, Alex was like, what? Because I was doing it while he was fiddling with the computers. So all I've done on these two, so we've got a Black Orc and a Goblin, and I have used, because I wanted to do it first, because it's the colour I start with, Orc Flesh for the Orc, and I use this Plague Bearer Flesh for the Goblin, just to have 2 different greens. I'm sure there's different ones. They're £5 a pot, everyone. I brought 5 pots. There's a story. I brought 5 pots of contrast and a can of the bone, this thing. 36, 37, what was it, 30? 37.50. I had a heart attack. I had a proper heart attack. So, these are the colours we've got. I'm not buying any more. Right, I've done the green on the skins. That's dry. I'm going to start with the bulkiest colour, which is this red. That's the colour I want the main armour to be. I've only got, though, this, not that one, this one, Flesh Tearer's red. I want it a bit lighter than that. And then I started at the end of that, the other one, started playing with varying the shades and using it a bit differently, and I'm going to try that now that I've played with it off screen. So I'm going to mix up. I've got this Iandan yellow. It's not the most yellow, I've got to be honest, but I thought if I make that with some red and I get this kind of orange colour, because it's more of an orange, right? That was probably quite a lot of that paint, considering it's £5 a pot. But, you know, only the best for you. Yeah, I get it's more orange. And then I'm going to add a little bit of red. Because what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to use that red neat as a darker tone. Oh, I better not do that, because somewhere lurking on the internet might be a Dalton watching me mix paint with a broken toad.
If not, it's recorded.
If not, it's recorded, and at some point. So that is discernibly lighter than that. It's probably hard for you to see in that light. That's really dark. That's not nearly as dark. I am going to put a very... No, I'm not. I'm going to use it neat like that. So that's just pure contrast, right? So, I've found with this stuff, this isn't paint and this isn't ink. It's like this weird in between. And you do want to move it about, but not too much. It's weird. You want to, so you do definitely want your brush loaded, but I'm still going to try and be some sort of careful. So let's get going. So this is the red.
So on the same theme of Blood Bowl,
Okay.
I have, a Blood Bowl team that Jake painted.
That who?
Jake.
Jake Bale?
Yeah.
Did he just send that in?
Yeah.
Wicked. Hello, is he there?
He's there, yeah.
Yo! Oh, that's wicked, Jake. Love that. That's Shambling Undead.
Yeah.
That's like your team, isn't it?
My team, yeah.
Yeah, wicked. That's really nice. If you got some individuals as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So what was that? Contrast 6, but can use normal Vlogo Prime as well. Yeah, do you know? So as well, let me just do this bit, because what you don't want to do is let it like dry on an area. You want to kind of get it on. So it is a bit strange. You want a bit more than you'd think, but not too much. And you don't want to really work it too heavy. Because you see it already starts falling to a darker point. It doesn't sit like an ink sits. So what I found as well with these, like with the Goblin, you can probably see, the undercoat, I did it like primarily from the top down on all of them. So there's like darker underneath with the primer. So you can see I've got like darker skin because there's less of the light bone. That I'd like to play with, to maybe do them black first, then the bone, but then leaving lots of the black and then using the same colour through, and then you have a like a varied tone just because of your undercoat. You've got to read for me now because I've only got an hour.
Yeah, 1 second.
So I can't multitask that much.
Mr. Stander says, have I lost today? It's not Tuesday. And he says, can't stay. Just sat outside the club, just about to go in and play some X-Wing with a real person who doesn't live with me.
Wow. Well, tell them like we all feel for them.
Yeah.
Whoever your opponent is, and if they're, you know, they're fed up of you, they could come and watch this till 7 o'clock. But yeah, cool, man. Enjoy yourself, bro. Freedom at last, a little bit, right? So this is just much lighter red than the last one I did, but I like the idea. I'm gonna add to it. So I certainly found that the best thing to do is start with the lightest colours and work your way up, because you can kind of go over the lighter stuff with the darker contrasts. Go on, Archling says.
Yeah, a full highlight works well with transparent paints, not touch to contrast stuff, as I've totally gone away from GW.
Yeah, I understand that, and I've not brought these because I'm looking for that way, but I can appreciate what they do, and I can also appreciate people that just want to be able to put a model on the table in a little bit easier way. They do work to an extent. I can certainly see how I could make these work.
And like you could do a whole tournament army in like 3 days, and it wouldn't look trash like the normal 3-day tournament armies.
Well, I mean, you'll see, right? How quick this kind of gets painted.
Yeah. Wow. Mr. Sanders playing at a police club.
Is he?
Yeah.
I had this really funny story yesterday about how we weren't going to have a stream, and then Al got it all fixed right at the last second, and then we really didn't have a stream, and my funny story turned it into a tragedy. Because I remember I was thinking, I'll tell him about that. That's really cool. But it was sad times. What I will say with it, right, is as you're painting, although this is like this thing that is, you know, toted as very, very fast, just splosh it on, you don't want to overpaint too much on areas where you don't want to colour.
Yeah.
So, do you understand? I'm like going round stuff that I'm going to paint a different colour to this red at the moment.
Yeah.
And it doesn't hurt a little bit. You get a few edges because we can get rid of that. But definitely don't go sploshing it all over everything because it'll affect what the contrast does.
They work great as a base coat to work on top with normal paints. I usually give it a coat of matte as I find them a bit too glossy for myself, Jake says.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I'm thinking they are, Jake. I'm looking at them, and because this is all about us doing this tutorial with Al. So it's about kind of winding back, not going super mad, and trying to work with what a lot of people have got and seeing if I can show them a few tricks that would make this pop a bit when it's done. Because I can already see what it's doing. And when I add some more of these darker reds in a bit, this is definitely not how you paint if you were like, you know, going in for a painting competition. Or you want to paint like the best thing you've ever painted in your life to put in a cabinet. But it's definitely got its place, and we've only just started with it. So let's have a little explore together. And it's just another tool, right, for your toolbox. Sometimes you've got to know when to bust out certain tools. And this is actually really great value from Games Workshop. Because I was saying to Alex, while I was in there buying paint, I had a heart attack about how expensive some of the models were, especially some of the Warhammer bigger pieces.
Yeah.
So this is how much? 26 for 12 figures.
Yeah.
The Black Hawks are huge. They're like little ogres.
Yeah, like that is a 32mm basis.
Yeah, it's a really big figure.
Reminds me, I never did finish my Orc Blood Bowl team, Rich says. I think Rich should get it finished and then we can just have everybody over.
Yeah, we really need to get Rich like playing some Blood Bowl.
And Jake and Chet.
Yeah, and Salty.
And Salty, yeah.
They're all close enough.
The scale of the newer models is much better.
Yeah, I agree. And they actually look like they're playing Blood Bowl. Whereas a lot of the other models really did look just like they were out of Warhammer. Yeah. They didn't look like they were playing football anymore. Okay, so that's the red, which is actually like this orange, but I'm going to add to that in a minute, you'll see. Because I kind of saw this thing that was happening with the red. I'm going to let that dry though, and I'm going to move on. I think I'm going to get on with the trousers. So Al.
Yeah.
Oh, the gloves. The gloves should be red as well. The gloves should be red. I remember doing that with the other ones. The trousers.
Yeah.
On these, I was thinking of either. Oh, let me show you. Maybe those. What do you think?
Yeah, both of those will work well. Maybe the darker one.
The green.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
I
it's
think
not
that.
green.
I know that's.
Yeah.
I say green, but you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, maybe mix the two of them.
The one that says green.
Yeah. So brighten it up and make it slightly more blue, maybe.
Yeah, I thought it might be a nice contrast, but not too.
Not too much, yeah. I reckon that'll work nice. Real nice.
Okay.
The red on that one is a lot darker, don't it?
Let's do that as well. On that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm going to do that in a minute. I'm going to get this effect. The plan on this was doing this lighter red because I started playing with something on that, but I'd kind of committed too dark too early.
Yeah.
This way I'm going to kind of weather it as well with a second coat with darker, but only in places. Do you understand?
Yeah,
You'll see. And like darker down the model, lighter at the top.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But at the moment, this is kind of like the first lay down coat. So, and you're watching what I'm doing, right?
I am, yeah.
And so all I'm really doing is we're just coating, right? Really, but neatly.
It does give you like a really solid, vibrant colour, doesn't it?
And it gives you some shade and depth straight away. Like I will give it that. It does have something to the way the paint lays down. Hello, Michaela. Which one are? Yeah, well, you never know, do ya?
Not cupcake. No way.
Hi, Cupcake. Yeah, it's got to be.
John.
It's John, isn't it? It's got to be John taking the mic.
Hi,
Cupcake. We've just been talking about your amazing Babylorian or Yodalorian, whatever he's called. Talking through some of the ideas and showing everyone, and I think they're all pretty excited. And you might have missed these, John. I don't know if you've been on, but these were two little ones I did. Look at these, John. Look, little baby Captain Yoda and baby Maul in his pram. Okay, carrying on. I'm not getting distracted by John's gorgeousness and his intelligence and the fact I want to go to his house and move in.
Jake says they do glaze like a dream with the medium.
Laters, Paul.
I love that.
They do, yeah. I've got a medium here. I've got this contrast medium to fin it as well, so you can, yeah, absolutely do that. I need a little bit of red just in here. Okay, so let's try this other colour. Where did you give me them back?
No, you're good.
So I've got this Achelian green and Thalasar blue, and Alex reckons I should mix them. Let's have a look what that looks like. I quite like that. Let's try that out.
Unmixed.
Unmixed.
Okay.
So there must clearly be a tiny bit of green in this blue, right?
Yep.
Okay, because I can't see that. And for a colourblind person, it's very unhelpful when you write green on the pot. It's better than the brown, because I did a brown yesterday and it was just boring.
Just clashes.
What, the brown?
Yeah, brown and red. I don't think they go together.
No, I didn't like it either. And I am going to just go over all the bits I'm not sure about on his trousers with this colour. They've always sculpted orcs with like quite a tight butt. Humans have never been given a good butt sculpt. Do you know what I mean, Alex? They got some powerful buttocks to the old orcs. Fact, ladies and gentlemen. We got out, everyone, on Monday. We went to a restaurant. It was good at lunchtime. It was so good eating out, having someone clear up your plate.
See, work connections.
So good. I highly recommend it. I'm sorry, I've been locked up enough. It was time to have something to eat at. A bit of make yourself feel like a human being.
That's I can't even say it. America's ass, but Mork instead.
I do kind of like that colour, Al.
So do I. Looks like he's wearing jeans. It's quite funny.
So you see the straps, Al,
Mm-hmm.
that are like all these things.
Yeah.
What colour do you think?
Black, surely.
Black?
Yeah.
Just black?
Yeah, like I can't see what other colour would look good adding it.
Not just brown leather straps?
Well, no, because I think brown and red just look horrific next to each other. That's why I'd say like black.
Okay. Orange?
I think if you went like dark purple, it would look weird.
Okay, black it is.
Does that not make sense to you?
Mm.
Right.
I don't know. I'm going to do a little bit of brown on these tusks. Because we're going to get these in a bit. So this is just, I don't know, something gore brown or something gore grunt funk munker. I didn't swear, everyone. That's the name of the paint.
I mean, the brown next to the red.
What?
It's just they're too close, like, for me. That's why the straps would just like disappear into the model.
Is there anywhere else?
That horn sticking out his shoulder, maybe.
Nah, I'm gonna do that as a spike.
Metal.
Yeah,
No.
all of that is metals. No. What I do notice though,
Or maybe like the dark grey
is I missed a little bit of that.
contrast.
No, I'm not. I don't think so. Because I think it will be too light.
Mm.
All right, let's try the black. So we're just using contrast. Black Templars, and I'm going to hit anywhere that's going to be metal with this as well. So this is our darkest colour. And then we'll go back and do some more to the red in a second. I'll give it that. It doesn't like... The paint seems to go to the edge and doesn't run about too much. You know how an ink can just go and just run off like a lunatic sometimes. And let's not forget, everyone, this is Alex's team. So giving him a bit of... It'd be like when he's playing FIFA, I suppose. You get to design your kit.
You get a bit of team management. And yeah, you can make a kit sometimes.
There you go. See? your own Sunday Division kit. I see what it does. So instead of just being black, it's like a black and it's had the first grey highlight.
Yeah.
So all it needs is a signature, I think.
Yeah.
That's all this model's going to need, and that's what I'm hoping, is that once we get these base coats on, the next step will be like a little
just
10-minute, 20-minute signature session, and you finish the model.
Pop round highlighting.
Yeah.
Tiny bits, adding a bit of that.
Adding a bit of this, adding a bit of that, and you're finished.
Yeah, some checks and a number.
Whoa, Alex, did you hear that, everyone? Alex added checks.
Yeah, well,
Alex was like,
I can paint checks.
Can you?
Yeah, if you can paint them, I can paint them. Yeah.
Oh, I like that attitude, everyone. Did you hear that? That can-do attitude. That's why he's going to get this job he's applied for, everyone.
Like I wouldn't never brush them. I'd just try and paint it by hand.
Yeah, we will not be using an airbrush, Alex, at any point on this model.
My fair brother says I have a new job at work too.
Oh, cool. Are you still at the go-kart place, dude? Are you now chief go-kart crasher?
He says, yeah, I'll be head mechanic.
Oh, wicked. Wicked. I would like to buy a go-kart like that. I thought about this when I become a grandfather, because this is the next stage of my life. I'm going to build a go-kart with my grandson or granddaughter, and I'm going to get a proper, like, 50cc, proper fast little go-kart, and I'm going to build a space frame on it, and I'm going to turn it into a go-kart Millennium Falcon.
Very cool.
With, like, proper little wheels and...
Not like a Mario Kart go-kart, because surely when you get to Granddad's stage you'll have the Mario moustache.
Yeah, well, we'll build a couple, right, and we'll just race around the neighbourhood.
Wicked.
Little speaker playing the music.
Throwing bananas at cars.
Yeah. I mean, he's dropping a banana skin even littering.
No, it's
just
keeping your lead, you know.
I mean, it's not though, is it? It's just fertilising the earth.
Yeah. My fair brother says that'd be awesome. Can he not get us into like go-karting just for a day?
Yeah, can't you get us in for free?
And like, I don't want to get black flagged this time.
Yeah, just because someone can't drive.
Like, ridiculousness.
And they're in my line.
Yeah.
I do like the black, it's kind of gone dark grey.
Yeah.
On it.
Yeah. It kind of like, it's almost like a out of the pot cartoon art style, isn't it?
Weirdly, I know what you mean. What time is it, Al?
It is 22.
Okay. Let's see how much.
Mark Fairbrother says, I don't even get him for free. And he works there.
Damn.
But yeah, but couldn't he just have like an evening, you know, where he's got to close up, just keep it open, have a lock-in, get drunk. The only time you can really drink drive. As an experiment. It'd be wicked. See if you are actually worse off drinking than driving.
Yeah, he couldn't possibly get in any kind of trouble for that, out.
What, for go-karts? Like, you're not going to do much damage with a go-kart, are you?
Unless you smash it to pieces.
That's what he's a head engineer for.
This is a good point, Alex.
Yeah.
You did make a good counter-argument. Normally I just poo-poo you, but that was a good counter-argument. So, when are we all coming over to get drunk and play go-karts, Mark?
Yeah.
Okay, is there any more?
Drinking, no driving.
In fact, let's do those as well.
I wonder if they get people turn up at the go-kart place sloshed. Like, they have to breathalyse them before they get on the track.
Yeah, does that happen? Do you breathalyse people?
You know, what happens if they turn up already
Is it
drunk?
mandatory black breathalyzing?
Yeah. Or is it just as long as you sign the form saying I've not had a drink, it's all good? Yeah, we've had to kick a few out, apparently.
Okay, so there's a couple of little studs and bits that I'm just catching with the black as well. Nice and simple. Okay, and look at that, right? So it was only about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and there's something to it already, yeah? And it's just base coats. Let's get real with that. Hold on, where's that? Because I missed a little bit of this. It's just base coats. And I'm going to play with this red now in a sec when I get these couple of bits on this. Okay. So then I thought with this red, where is it? There it is. Because I want to improve that colour a bit. And I'm going to get some of this contrast medium. It's thick, it's almost like blood for the blood god, this stuff. And this thins it down.
Just don't buy the purples. Dalton is here. Yeah, cease your mixing with broken toe.
I'm not, this is just, I've got to mix. Oh dear, I better brush that. Hi Lee, that didn't happen. It was really good, he turns up and I'd do it.
We've had to kick more out for being chemically enhanced, shall we say.
Right, okay, so this is the dark red.
Oh no.
What?
Lee said, sorry I'm late, my website crashed.
Oh dude, we had like massive problems. We feel the pain. So you see how that's much richer. And then I'm cleaning my brush out. And I'm just gonna, oh, do I have to do this with medium? I think we might have to do this with medium. So I'm gonna get some pure medium. And I'm just softening that. So look, so we're gonna go between the two. I want these boots to just be much darker than. So you can take the darker red and put it under. This is what I've been doing.
Lee says Vallejo clears the word round.
They knew. I didn't know about those.
So 3 or 4 years old.
Okay, this is our first play with these, Lee. We're doing this. We're doing a little team for Al. So
The Vallejo clears are nice and they mix really well with arch and inserts. But I'm quite like this so far. I could paint this.
And so as I get a clean brush, I'm just softening that out a bit.
To try and keep some of that light.
Yeah, and just add some darker areas. And kind of, because I kind of stipple it back, it ends up looking a bit ratty and tatty.
Okay. So do you reckon the wolf grey is going to come out?
Oh, at some point, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like essential to making any model look great. So a bit more of that. I'm going to show you Big Baby Yoda at the end, Lee. It's going to melt your mind when you see him. Just adding like more shade in actual darker areas. I find that helps. I certainly think it does. So I'm definitely using it like a clear paint at the moment. And glazing stronger and stronger colours. And then if you go back to like the real neat red, it's even stronger than it is without the glaze, like with the glaze mix. So I'm using it like almost a shade where I want to put the overhang darkness. It really makes a difference, the difference between it with the glaze and without the glaze. And kind of stippling at those edges, that's important. We're going to build up this effect with it. You see what's happened? Like, I know it's still a bit wet, but you see how we got a lot more going on in that red, and I haven't done a highlight. Look like the grill. See the deeper colours pull your eye underneath because we're adding that darker tone. Yeah, I like that. Really like that. Okay. Let's give her a little hairdryer. Okay. So, believe it or not, like I want to do more naturally. I'm going to stop myself and I'm going to move on to like the next stage of painting, and we'll start to do some autographing. So should we just try out like a bit of the armour? So let's do let's get a yellow highlight. So I've got like this golden yellow, and I'm going to do something weird with it. Let's try that first and see how much of an impact that has on it as an edge highlight. So it is just pure yellow, so it's a massive jump, but yellow is quite translucent most of the time. So, and I should have gloves on. And I don't want to go mad. I don't want to do stuff that Al's going to really struggle with. So let's just, no, that's not enough. Right, okay. I want a stronger, I want a tone that Al's going to almost be able to hit in one go. So I'm going to mix bone with it. I don't want it to be, I want it to actually have opacity for him. Okay, so let's just try really simple catching an edge. And we're going to have some little flicks as we're going. Couple of little scratches with the yellow. Brush is not too wet. Look, coming off the edge. That's really great for like how quick that is. Let's have a bit more here. Just catching the edges of the armour to pick out the form, because that's all I was trying to do with this, is to just show where the edges are. There's a little dent there, a little dink, a couple of little flicks. Chest piece popped out.
I don't see any Adidas stripes or Nike ticks. Can't be ours team.
We're getting there. That'll also be part of the paint job. Is we're going to go in and we'll do some numbers, and we're going to do some dog tooths and some checks, and all of that will come. But let's just play with this while we got it.
Those are the final touches, Archman says. Yep.
And we can be really kind of simple with some of the highlight edges, especially as we work down the model. Right, you see, you don't need to go mad here. We just need to catch the odd edge with like a boot, because we want to keep it darker down there, because it should be in shade. Just start catching a few bits on this face mask. Again, all this really is just edgy little flourishes. Doesn't need much, you know, Al. Are you even watching?
I am watching. You got 5 minutes left.
Okay. Leon at 7.
Yeah.
So everyone, we will be going off in a minute. Thank you for coming and keeping us company. I'm sorry we let you down on Tuesday, but we really couldn't help it. I'm not sure what Lee's doing tonight, but I'm sure it'll be fun. I'm going to go and have a bath and get myself sorted for long hours of hard physical labour. And spend some time with the family. But yeah, we will be back hopefully next week. Normal-ish day, Monday or Tuesday, depending on what this young man is doing for work on those days. Because after the last time, it definitely proved I can't switch this stream on by myself anymore. That one time I managed it, everyone was a fluke, and it will never happen again.
Oh,
So look at that on the red armour.
about the interview.
Huh?
You watching him? I shouldn't just said fingers crossed.
Yeah, he's got it. We're just waiting for the answer, mate. I'm telling you, he smashed every part of what he needed to do. But and we'll fill you in more.
Thank you.
That's it. Look, like really simple highlights. Okay, and then all I'd do is I'd get some pure. In fact, I'm gonna even up that. Let's like jump everything up on this. Let's go like, because I thought I only wanted to start with yellow, but I don't. So let's add white to the bone. And really jump again, and then just literally do a couple of little bits, maybe just for some poppy.
Death Revived says Blood Bowl, yes. Yes, it is indeed.
Death Revives, you've joined us just as we're about to be going off air. It's a weird day today. Weird week this week. We had a bit of a technical issue, so we've just come back to kind of say hello to everyone and do this little project. We're going to try and do some of this with Al next week because he's at Al's team. But this is a quickie painting. There you go. Look at that, Al.
Looks wicked.
And look at that in like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And all I've done is highlighted the red. I've got every other colour on there is going to have that same sort of process, right? Then I'm going to just paint numbers here, pick out a couple of bits, maybe a dog tooth or a check somewhere else, but it is already, for the time it takes, it's great, huh?
Yeah.
It's really not bad at all. Considering it started like that 40 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Um,
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal, right? It's a big deal for 40 minutes. If I had another 20 minutes, 25 minutes, I'd finish this model. But I'll do that on the next show, and we'll work on a little bit of Goblin, and then we'll have all the colours laid down, and then me and Al are going to paint some side by side, and we'll see how he gets on and if his will match mine. Right? Okay. So, let's go full a second. Damn, let me just put this little guy together because he needs to say goodbye to y'all. For those of you that haven't seen him, you need to know why you're going to come back next week or next month, definitely. Lee, are you looking? He's probably ready for his own stream. But so from me, Al, say bye, Al.
Bye.
And the Babylorian. Yeah, dude, you have no idea. And we've got rifles and we've got all sorts going on with this. It's going to be motorized. It's going to fly. It's going to be amazing. It's going to transform into a car as well. Everything. It's going to do everything. Mine. And then don't forget about these Death Revived. Look at these amazing things we've been doing. You need to come back. Get all your Canadians to come watch us. Right, that's it. I've got to go because Lee's going to be on. He let me have a little hour before he was going. Thank you very much. We will see you next week. Stay safe. One love. Peace.